60 years. Well, as you can imagine, I was a boy, at the time. But independence meant getting away from a certain bondage. And that bondage was colonial. I was a part of those that went to the stadium to go and march and, celebrate at the time. But at the end of 60 years, as we sit here now, in the year 2020, if you want to sum up the experiences through that period, really there is very little to celebrate. Because all the expectations of the early 60s have now evaporated, in a plume of disappointments and frustrations and bad leadership and visionlessness and instability in government and a lot of squandermania, wastage of resources, human, mineral, and opportunities. So we sit here now marking 60 years, and I hope it is going to be like illuminating our past or illuminating our future so that we can see clearly where we are headed.
Segun is poised. Segun is really an artist these days. He's untouchable in that right flank. Segun is still going, and it's in the net. It is in the net. Goal number 3. Incredible.
For me, sport was going on in Jos at the time. There was rugby, there was horse racing, there was cricket, and a lot of football. And there was peace, absolute peace. We didn't know anything about, ethnic divides and issues of religion and all kinds of things. My mother was a Muslim. My father was a Christian of the Ebenezer Church. I was in a Catholic school, so I was a Catholic, and so on and so forth. So there was no football industry. There was only the football matches that were going on at the time. In the early 60s, the Challenge Cup, that was the big competition in Nigeria. The FA Cup now, that was the big competition. There was no league. The FA Cup was a major competition in Nigeria, and everybody followed. It was on radio, mostly on radio, and of course in the newspapers. And the commentaries were incredible. We had some white commentators and some excellent Nigerian commentators. And just listening to football on radio, the FA Cup on radio, was something else. But of course, in the mid-1960s, there was a big, there was this turbulence, this political turbulence. And when I entered secondary school, a few months after, I saw a dead body for the first time in my life when the pogrom happened. So it's an experience I can never forget, but it changed the history of Nigeria as a whole. The incidents of that time, when I got to know now, changed the history of Nigeria, because that was the start of the crisis in Nigeria that became a coup d'etat that ended up in the war, the 3 Years' War, between 1965 and 1970 was this huge crisis in the country, and I experienced it all as a young guy.
Amesimaka. That's Odegbami, and it's in the net. It is who got it.
But my experiences in the Super Eagles were fantastic. I didn't spend too long there. I played only for 5.5 years. I played 46 times for Nigeria, and I scored 24 goals, which remains the second highest in our entire history. And it was great fun. So just look around us. In what sector are we doing well now? Things are so bad that it is almost irredeemable. The same thing with our sports. Now. There is none. You see potential, you see possibilities as the industry is growing globally. We could be making tons of money in our football and in other sports because it's a huge, huge industry. But it is all about leadership. It is all about a vision. As we sit here, it is one of real frustration. But at the same time, we must see opportunity. Because there's opportunity to change all of this. And I hope the next generation will seize the opportunity. Nelson Mandela said it. He said, sport has the power to change the world. I repeat, sport has the power to change the world. For those who have the vision, who can see, who can appreciate sport and what it does, who can appreciate the scope of sport, particularly football, for those of us who are in Nigeria. And from now onwards, start to create and chart a new course so that sport can lead. If others will not lead, let sport lead the revolution we need, the renaissance that we need to take us, the largest black people on earth. These are all us here in Nigeria that we don't even appreciate ourselves. If we channel these energies, the future can be very, 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 very bright.